Medical aid, city and address.
He's not breathing, Bryce. Dad, he's not breathing. Here's Dad here.
Talk to him, Bryce. Tell him she's not breathing.
That morning, and like a lot of Saturday mornings, Kyra got up kind of early and went down and actually snuggled in with Bryce. All of a sudden, Bryce came running in the room. Dad, 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 Mom's having a seizure, Mom's having a seizure.
I was thinking about how great my mom was when I saw her, and the gasp in my ear when she was laying next to me. I was 9, it was traumatic.
She was gray, she wasn't breathing, she wasn't moving. I thought she had died. Bryce stood there and held that phone to my ear while I was doing the CPR, you know, and he was standing there watching his mom. It was pretty intense.
Kyra! Put your one hand in the center of her chest, put your other hand on top of the hand that's in the center of the cup. I've got a timer here, so we're going to try to do 2 pumps every second, okay?
Okay, let's go.
All right? Can you hear that?
Okay.
Just follow that beep. I want you to do a chest compression. Every time you hear that beep, it's going to be 100 times a minute. We do have cruising route to your location, so they're going to be there soon, but this is going to give her the best chance, okay?
Okay.
When we got to the hospital, Kyra perked up. You know, when she got to the emergency room, everything seemed normal. All of a sudden, Kyra's eyes rolled back and she collapsed back on the bed. That's when all hell broke loose. They immediately started CPR. The crash team showed up. She had to be defibrillated 40 times over the next 8 hours. They were telling me to prepare for the end, you know, that I needed to let the family know.
My dad came up to me and I saw him and I saw the look in his eyes. And so I just grabbed him and I said, Dad, what's going on? What's happening? I want to hear the truth.
So I got down on one knee and I grabbed a hold of him and I said, it doesn't look good, Bryce. I don't think Mom's gonna make it. And he said, I gotta talk to her. And he just pushed me away and ran down the hall. I kept running. I reached her room and I got in the room and I got on her bed and I saw her and it was the same gray body that I saw in the morning. And I just jumped on her bed and I just started bawling and crying. I said, Mom, I love you. I just want you to know I love you. And if I've done anything wrong, just please forgive me, Mom, I love you. You know, he sat there for hours just talking to her. And from the second he got there and started talking to her, everything started to get a little bit better. And so it was throughout the whole thing, the whole time that I was talking to her is when her heart started stabilizing. She was clearly fighting. A couple days after the event, Kyra was starting to regain consciousness. She was signaling to me that she wanted to write something. So I put a pen in her hand and grabbed one of the hospital pads there and just kind of held it there, and kind of blindly she was scratched out a little note. When I looked at it, it said, Bryce is amazing. Yeah, Bryce is amazing. He is amazing, and it let us know at that time that she heard him.
It's a day that I'll never remember, but I also will never forget it. When he was told to go in and say his goodbyes, he didn't really say goodbye. He was gonna make sure that I knew he was there. And yeah, I'm glad he did. Tony and Bryce are special. I'm so proud of them, but yet again, I'm not surprised because these two guys are my rock. I actually went to my first cardiologist appointment and I said, well, what is the likelihood that it's really gonna happen again? And they said, it's looking like it could be 100%. I absolutely believe that funding with the American Heart Association, it's so important, and I feel this way because I think of my kids and I think of the future. I just want to make sure they get the best that they can get, you know, and I think the technology, the research is only going to get better, especially if you get the funding that you can get for it.
The American Heart Association does a lot of training of CPR. Knowing CPR is critical. When you ask me how valuable is CPR, you're really asking me the value of my life. Our love within our family has grown, I can't put into words. My mom is my best friend.
We don't let a day go by, really. You know how that cliche is, you don't let a day go by without saying I love you. Well, we really do that.